Hello, everyone. I'm Elijah Fagral. I'm one of the GP trainees in the Northeast. I thought I should do this quick video, especially for those starting in February. I think everyone, the 6 monthly rotation will be going into another rotation by tomorrow, and those that are starting in February, it will be their first rotation as well. So I thought I should do this quickly. It's called the placement planning meeting. The placement planning meeting. And can I just say briefly also that there was a role play that I would have done with a colleague of mine last year. You can find that in the YouTube channel as well. But this is a bit of a shorter one. It's just to give you some nuggets about the placement planning meeting. So I've drawn like a short diagram here, saying having the placement planning meeting at the center and some key points to take home for placement planning meeting. One is that it will be your first meeting with your supervisor. And if you're in the GP practice, it's your clinical supervisor who could also be your educational supervisor. May not just be, but it will be the first meeting you'll be having with your supervisor in that rotation. Secondly, is that it's also a meeting that is supposed to formulate your objectives and the opportunity that you'll be getting in the rotation that you are going to, whether for 4 months or for 6 months. Thirdly, is that it's also a kind of meeting where your PDP will be discussed as your personal development plan, where it will be discussed as well. So it usually would last about 30 minutes. It depends on your clinical supervisor, really. If it's the type that's a bit more detailed and maybe a bit more elaborate. So it depends on you. I mean, it depends solely on your clinical supervisor, really. So, but it's supposed to be a very casual, very friendly meeting as well. It may get, you may just get into knowing each other. May ask you a bit of some personal questions about family, where you've studied, some rotations that you've been, or some specialties that you've done. So a little bit more personal, and it could just be. You may also ask you about what you hope to get from the meeting. Remember, I told you that it is a meeting to set the objectives and to look at the opportunities you may get in your rotation. So, and lastly, is that coming out of that meeting, it's good that you do a reflection on it, right? And talk about all the objectives that were set out, how you intend to achieve them, and a bit of some of the discussion, key discussions that were, that were taken out of the meeting. And lastly, is that when you do that, to link the capabilities. Most times I've just taken these from 14 Fish and RCGP. They advise that you link, the capabilities of this entry to either fitness to practice, yeah, or working with colleagues and teams, or was this organization, management, and learning as well. So I hope I've been able to give you just a short, nuggets about your placement planning meeting, which for some people may happen tomorrow, especially for those in practice in GP practice, and for those in the hospital, it may take about a day or two because all you'll be doing now is basically inductions and all of that. So your PPM may even be next week when you'll be meeting your clinical supervisor. Whatever time it is, you know what is all about, and you can even go to my YouTube channel, like the page, subscribe, and share as well. or even go to RCGP or some other website where you can look into how to prepare for this. So this is my short diagram. I don't know how nice it is or how it will appear, but remember, it is a meeting for your clinical supervisor, the objective and opportunities, and then your PDP will be discussed and all the capabilities you could link it with. So I'll see you and all the best. Bye now.